When everything else failed, when food vanished, when water disappeared. Africa never relied on one miracle. It relied on what could survive. Before medicine had names, before remedies were refined, before survival was convenient, Africa endured because something stood between life and extinction. It survived through forces forged by heat, sharpened by scarcity. This is all of yourself, where nature remembers what we've forgotten. I'm Trevor Brooking, your guide through the ancient, the powerful, and the beautifully forgotten. Today, we stand beneath horizons forged by heat and witness the forces that kept a continent alive. Across these plains, nothing survives by accident. The wind strips weakness. The sun exposes excess. The land remembers only what can endure. As the giants seek refuge in the shade, even the king of this land does not escape. In the midday heat, he does not roar. He waits, conserving strength beneath an unforgiving sky. Here, dominance does not guarantee survival. Endurance does. The baobab does not resemble a tree. It resembles something that was never meant to fall. Its trunk swells with stored rain, sometimes holding thousands of liters when seasons turn cruel. Its fruit carries dense nourishment in landscapes that rarely offer excess. Its bark becomes rope. Its hollow becomes refuge. It does not bend easily. It does not wither quickly. It outlives generations who were born beneath it. Across the East African savannas, where the Maasai have long moved with cattle across drought-stricken plains, permanence is rare. A tree that remains through famine is not admired. It is remembered. When rivers thinned and the earth hardened, even the African elephant returned to what still stood, not out of ritual, out of necessity. The baobab did not promise comfort. It preserved continuity, and continuity here was victory. There are landscapes where hunger becomes louder than thought. The Kalahari does not forgive excess. Among the Sam, extended hunts demanded movement without burden. Food could not always be carried, when strength could not always be replenished. Knowledge became lighter than provisions. Hoodia gordoni was traditionally chewed to quiet hunger during long desert crossings, not to feed the body, to steady it. Silence in the stomach meant distance. Distance meant life. Across the plains, herds do not linger. Injury isolates. Isolation exposes. Exposure ends survival. In parts of southern Africa, the root known as Harpagophytum procumbens was traditionally prepared to support joint mobility and reduce discomfort associated with physical strain. Modern research has examined its anti-inflammatory properties, with growing interest. In landscapes where migration was constant, stiffness was not inconvenience. It was vulnerability. To move again was to remain within the circle of life. Not every threat roared. Some arrived as fever, as breath that shortened. has weakness that spread unseen. Artemisia afra has long been used in southern African traditions to support respiratory and immune resilience. Its preparations were not comfort, they were defense. In environments where pathogens adapted as quickly as seasons shifted, resistance was not optimization, it was law. Disease does not distinguish between herd and hunter. Only resilience determines survival. Africa did not refine medicine. It forged endurance. Under heat, under migration, under constant negotiation with mortality. Hunger was quieted. Pain was endured. Fever was resisted. Through drought and empire, through shifting horizons and vanishing rivers, the baobab still stands, and so does the memory of how survival was earned. When your energy falters, when resilience feels thin, when pressure feels unrelenting, remember this: endurance is not modern, it is ancient. It lives in the land. It lives in the body. It lives in what has already endured. Walk with awareness and seek all of yourself.